What's going on, everybody out there? This is P.Lo with Digital 262, and you are watching Elite Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, what's going on, my beautiful people out there? Welcome to another episode of Elite Talk. We are back in the studio with my man G.
What's going on, King?
Man, what's going on, G?
Man, it's been a minute, bro.
Feels like I haven't seen you in a long time.
A long time.
It's been years.
It feels like it, though.
It feels like it's been years.
It's been a minute, bro. Working, vacations.
Just living life, you know.
You know, my boy TJ been on boats and yachts and all that.
Oh, man.
Overseas flights.
Overseas.
Climbing mountains and shit. I almost got attacked by a mountain lion.
My boy been out here, man.
I've always been out there. But in this corner, we got my man TJ. What's going on, man?
What's good, my beautiful people? Elite Society. It's the season finale, so you know.
Woo!
We popping bottles, baby.
Popping bottles.
If y'all seen that, heard that sound, that was perfect.
That sounded really good.
It did.
I'm trying to play it off, but my eardrum is all messed up.
Tell you all those flights, man.
Man, I should be used to it. I'm spilling it. Oh man,
jet lag and all.
Oh man,
but it's been a while since we've been on the air, and it feels great to be here. As a matter of fact, guys, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left y'all without a dope beat to step to. Step.
Hey, P.Lo for the bus. Hey.
Okay. R.I.P. Aaliyah.
R.I.P. Aaliyah. But hey, we want to apologize for we've been gone for a very long time. It's been a month now, right?
Like a month and a half.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Coming back to the studio and then seeing us here together makes me feel great again, man. It's like you know what I mean? Like I
miss it.
You miss it.
It's my therapy. I told you, it's my therapy. I miss it, man. I miss it.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely therapy. But gentlemen, we're back in the studio. We got another hot topic.
You didn't even introduce G.
I did introduce G.
Did you?
Yeah.
He was the first one.
Man,
You haven't even started drinking your shit yet.
So for those that don't know, I mean, we had a little action behind the scenes.
Man.
Little pre-gamers, so I'm kind of feeling it right now.
I got orange juice.
I will not be held accountable for what I say or do on this podcast.
So disclaimer: anything's coming out of TJ's mouth is not we don't.
Like Jamie Foxx, blame it on the alcohol. It wasn't me, baby.
It's not endorsed by Digital 262, so blame him. But gentlemen, we have a very a good topic. I believe this is one of the hottest topics I think that we've had all year because it's a very deep one. Mm-hmm. And TJ, I'm gonna let you take.
Absolutely.
Let us know what we're going to be talking about today.
We're going to be talking about the 48 Laws of Power.
48 laws.
Yeah. For those that don't know, it's a book by Robert Greene. It's a fantastic book. You know, it has its criticisms because people say it's like, oh, the narcissist handbook or whatever, how to control and manipulate people, but what people have to realize is you have to apply the laws to business and not in your personal life, you know, because it's a book of strategy, how to have that leverage and power in real life. So we're going to divulge in that. And as men, we want to just be empowered and be our best selves, you know, whether in the workplace or just in life in general.
Absolutely.
If people understand, you could say that it can be a narcissist, but when you take the laws and you look at them, how do you apply them to yourself? You know what I'm saying? When you apply them to yourself, how are you going to deliver them? One thing you got to understand when you read stuff and when you look at stuff, you can't read it for sometimes what it is. You got to read it what it's for.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, or what you guys are saying, is that if you apply this book to your personal life, it kind of becomes a narcissistic book. But if you apply it to business, you say your professional life, then it's not narcissistic? I don't get it.
Because business, it's different. It's transactional. Your personal relationships, like I would never apply some of the concepts to personal relationships because you shouldn't try to play a game with the people that you love.
Right.
You know, when you go into corporate America, that's a game you're playing. It's politics. So that's the perfect way to use or utilize the 48 Laws of Power because you have to have that leverage where just imagine your workplace or even life. It's like a big ocean, and it's either sink or swim.
Right.
And I'm going to swim, baby. I'm going to thrive, and I'm going to backstroke in the ocean. So you just have to have that mentality. So I feel like it's much different.
But let me ask you, and I'm going to ask you this, G. But how do you separate that? How do you separate, because obviously we live in a society, living in the United States, where you have to have that mentality in order to succeed. I mean, we're a capitalistic society. It's all about money. It's all about winning. It's all about being on top, being first. But how do you separate that from your personal life?
You just got to know which is which. As you just said, separate. You got to know the A to the B. You got to know, the C to the D. And you got to know, I'm not going to take my personal into work. And I'm not going to take my work home.
Yeah.
So you got to know how to leave it at the door.
Absolutely.
And if you don't leave it at the door, then that's how they intertwine with one another. So then now, if I'm doing something, I could be a narcissist to my brother without even knowing, because I didn't leave what we did at work or what we did over here as a business, and I brung it into personal.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to know how to, that on and off switch is like a light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a great point. But G, TJ, let me ask you this: is it possible? I remember in past podcasts we always talk about how you don't mix business and pleasure. You can, females be friends with males. So I'm going to ask you kind of the kind of a question in those lines.
Yeah.
Now, so let's say, for example, you master the 48 laws of power.
Okay.
How do you separate now? And it's going to sound like the last question I asked, but let's say, for example, you have a business, you employ, you make friends in business. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
That's why this concept is so hard for me to grasp, because in business you make friends.
Yeah.
But yet, are they truly your friends when you have to apply that type of mentality into your business workplace in order to succeed?
Yeah.
I mean, because you're going to lose friends, because you are going to be a narcissist, in my opinion, if you apply the 48 laws of power to you. You're going to lose some friends in business.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is it possible to maintain friends?
Absolutely. I mean, I have people in business circles who I apply those rules to, and they're still my friends. I don't care if I quote unquote lose friends. I feel like that's going to happen inevitably. I want the right people to be in my life, and if you're not right, then if you drop off, or it's kind of like a tree in the fall, or in autumn, like the leaf just naturally falls off because it was that time.
Yeah.
But I feel like this isn't for everybody. Some people would look at the concept and say, I don't want to play no damn game. I just want to be a good person and be honest and be virtual and just be interactive, and good people. I attract good vibes. I'm a good person. I get good energy, which, you should strive for that. But I feel like going into life is a game, whether you want to admit it or not. Yeah. You have to play it regardless. And if you play it, why not be well equipped to play the game to set yourself up and your family up for success? So it's not, when I go back to it, it's not for everyone, because some people will look at it and they'll say, like, this is bullshit. But I feel like a very wise person will at least give it a chance and study the laws and apply certain things here and there, and I guarantee you'll see results, positive results in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see it all the time when, in my business life, I think in my personal opinion, to make this work, and going back to my question about friendship in this type of mindset, I think both people have to have the same mindset. For example, you know what I mean? So, because we both know what to expect from each other. Yeah. If you have a weak-minded person in business with you and you're applying the 48 laws of power, or you're at least trying to succeed in it, they're not going to understand it. They're going to lose friends. They're going to catch feelings. They're going to feel some type of way. They're going to end up leaving, and whatever.
Yeah. Because one of the laws is like, I forgot which law it was, but don't put too much trust in friendships. It actually suggests that an opposing enemy, or they're more trustworthy than a friend. So it's just, like I said, it's not for everyone, but the people that are interested in it and they want to have some type of leverage in their life professionally, it's a great gateway to have power and have success, because you have to be really disciplined to apply these laws, and not everyone has that level of discipline to even do that. So if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, then there's no love lost. Right. But you have to identify and realize how you can utilize it. And I feel like overall, I'd rather know this information, and if I want to apply it, then I will. But if I don't, then hey, that's on me. Right. But I can guarantee you're going to see results if you study.
Well, absolutely.
And I don't even really believe in all of the laws. There's some of them that I pick out, some of them that I like more than others. Yep. But it's all subjective.
Yeah.
And I believe that was law 2 that you was talking about too.
Yeah.
Law 2?
Law 2, I think it is.
Yep.
Because I think if you are gutsy enough to apply all 48 laws, you're either an evil genius or a complete narcissist. Because all 48, I mean, I was looking at the 48 laws, man, and I'm thinking I never met anyone with all those traits.
Some of it you like, oh hell no, I could never do.
I could never do that.
Yeah, but some of it you're like, oh, I could see that.
Yeah,
and then you apply it to past situations where you're like, okay, well, damn, like, hey, I was burned in this regard, but now I know, like, I should have moved this way in that situation. So,
well, there was one that really caught my attention, and I forgot what number it was. I don't know if it was 27, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Which one that's called? It goes along the lines of creating your own cult. You know, feed on people's beliefs, not on their.
It's law 27. It
Law
says
20,
play on people's needs to believe to create a cult like following.
Yeah.
So basically, if I'm not mistaken, that's suggesting that you should kind of create a cult. Create a cult.
A group of concubines.
Yeah.
People that are behind you that
believe in your vision, believe in you, and then they just do whatever you want.
Yeah, you're like, nah, I ain't on that.
Now tell me does that sound a little narcissistic to you?
It does, yeah.
Very.
Yeah. It's like trying to get on some Jim Jones stuff. Like or some, for those that don't know, he was a cult leader in what was it, South America?
No, it was here. I gotta look that up.
It was Jonestown. I think it was in Guyana. Or please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, right. And he literally made 900 people drink Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you're right.
That was laced with poison, and it was like a massacre. You know what I mean? So. Not on that type of stuff, but that's one of my least favorite laws. Like, I'm with you. I looked at that. I'm like, nah, I don't want to have a cult. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my desire.
I think I passed that one up. I don't think I even seen that one.
That one was crazy.
I think my finger was like, nope, you don't need to see that one.
That one kind of caught my attention because if you look at it, a lot of these documentaries of cult leaders, you know, you kind of see and sense the aura they have around them, and it's just power.
Yeah.
You know,
but I don't know, and control.
Yeah, and I don't know if I want to go to that extreme or anybody will want to go to that extreme, but that's kind of the pure definition of power right there, I think.
But what we have to realize is that that's the world that we live in, unfortunately. So it's like, do you want to be the victor or do you want to be the victim? I mean, you have to decide for yourself.
So what are the benefits of power, TJ? So we talk about power. We talk about, some of the things. And by the way, the whole reason we're having this conversation is because we want to dissect kind of the how can I say this? The ways to attain that power.
Yeah, and then even attaining it, once you attain it, how to keep it. Maintain it over a period of time so you can keep leverage for yourself.
Yeah. So, but I guess my question is, why would somebody want to acquire this type of power?
I mean, power has benefits. I mean, people equate power in different ways. People could say money is power. People could say respect is power. I feel like all of those things are power, but I feel like everyone should strive to have some level of power because it can leverage yourself. It can open up doors and opportunities that you would otherwise you wouldn't have. If you don't have power, you're just imagine a whole bunch of sheep in a pasture. You're just one of those sheep. You don't stick out at all. You're just I don't even want to say peasant, but you're just like you're an ordinary being, and it's just like, I feel like people should naturally want more, and power is going to give you more. Power is going to give you that edge to receive everything that you want in life. Power is going to put your family in a position to attain everything that they want. You're going to be a provider. Your family's going to be under an umbrella of power. And power just comes in many different forms. So not that you're trying to be narcissistic in that it's your world and everyone else is living in it. Right. But just to really just leverage yourself so that you can solidify the legacy for your family.
Yeah, applying it to be a leader, pretty much. If we, to me, I guess is more being a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like you having this power to actually lead your own. Yeah. And then, sometimes in order to be a great leader, you have to be a good follower. So you learn from something. So
in order to be a great leader, do you guys believe you have to step on some toes? You have to kind of
you know what? Sometimes you have to. Because and it's not meaningful to do. It's not your intentions to do. Because we in dealing with, I can say about this podcast, do we step on each other's toes sometimes? But it's not to overpower It's just sometimes somebody got to lead. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to take control.
Yeah. We live in a world where there's you get like 20 people in a room. You got like 14 different personalities all together. So it's like it's inevitable that you're going to step on someone's toes because we all have different opinions. We all have different beliefs, backgrounds. So even if it's intentional or unintentional, some toes are going to be stepped on. You can't be as much as a people pleaser you try to be, or as much as politically correct as you try to be, you can't attain that. That's not realistic because everyone has a different opinion. Everybody, especially now, man, you can't have an opinion on nothing because you'll get chastised for it. You get criticized and crucified for it
all day long.
So it's just, that's inevitable, but you have to live your truth as long as you can stand firm on your beliefs, but you have to respect other people.
Absolutely.
And other people have to have the maturity level to not take it personal.
Absolutely.
So you have to utilize your power too. I was going to say the problem is what people grasp, they don't grasp powers because they think that it's like a dictatorship or someone's trying to be controlling. Having power is a good thing because if you're in a position of power, you can literally help people. You can change the world with your power. Look at Oprah. She has a lot of power.
Absolutely.
She's changed the world. Look at Barack Obama. He was our first black president ever. He had a lot of power. He still does have a lot of power. He walks in rooms, people notice.
Absolutely.
He shifts an entire room because he's that powerful, even in the entertainment world. Jay-Z, he has a lot of power. He's helped a lot of people. He's paid for, I forgot which celebrity it was, but he was behind on taxes and he was facing jail time. He paid for his taxes. The 21 Savage situation where he was facing getting deported back to the UK, he helped him out. So you can utilize your power. Power isn't a bad thing. We shouldn't be afraid of it, but you should utilize your power in a positive way and to bring other people up.
Absolutely.
That's the intention of being a leader and being a boss, is helping people and putting people in position.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So we're talking about power, how to attain it. What are some of the strategies that you can utilize to attain power in your life and become a great leader? So we chose for this podcast 3 of the 48 laws of power. So we all chose 3 of our favorite, and we're going to talk about it and why do we believe that those kind of we gravitate to those, and we feel that those are our best in our opinion. So
absolutely.
Actually, Jim, I want to start with you. Okay, we're going to give us your 3 and tell us why you chose those 3. Okay.
All right. Let me get my stuff together. My bad, y'all. I normally have my little iPad on me, and you said
It's all good.
So I actually got a few of them, but we're gonna do 3.
We're gonna do 3.
I'm gonna do one of them is law 9: win through your actions, never through your argument.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
And that's self-explanatory. I don't think you need to expound on that at all.
Yeah.
The other one is law 16: use your absence to increase your strength and honor.
Yeah. Say it again.
Use your absence.
Your absence.
To increase your strength and honor.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be alone to self-meditate, to get your own mind together and get away from people to build your own strength. Because how can I come to you about something and be strong with you if I'm not strong by myself?
Yeah. You know what? When I read that law, I read it differently.
Yeah. How'd you read it?
I read it as, okay, for example, okay, I'm a big pillar in this organization, in this building, okay? And the days that I don't show up, to do what I do here, everyone's missing me.
So you got power.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's how I read it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have power because the day that I miss, let's say I have to work or something, my kids get sick and I can't attend,
I get that.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got
so
that.
you have that power.
They appreciate you that much more because they feel the lack when you're not around.
Yeah, right.
They're like, damn, where's P.Lo if something goes wrong? Where's P.Lo? Like, damn, how come things aren't moving as smoothly as they normally would? And it's because you're not there. So upon arrival, when you return, they cherish you that much more.
You the Barack Obama of the building.
Yeah, you're the man. Yeah.
That's exactly that. Yeah. So that's how I read that one, and that's actually was a good one.
Yeah,
that actually was a good one.
And then my last one is law 25: recreate yourself.
Recreate yourself.
In what regard?
I like that one.
And to be honest, everything. So sometimes you got to sit back. You can't always be the old you. You got to change something. You got to change, because if you're trying to navigate through life, if you're trying to do stuff in life, you can't always go the same path. Just like you go around your city, you can go to a location, and there's many ways you can go to this location.
Yeah.
So then that means yourself with life. You can't always go the same way. You got to stop and say, let me redo this. Let me refresh my mind. Let me recreate myself. Let me just sit back. And I go biblical on this a little bit. You know, the thing about it is, when you get baptized, what you're supposed to do, or what's supposed to happen is, if you actually a believer, when you go in the water, you actually burying your old self, and you're coming up brand new when you get baptized. So then that's kind of what that means to me as recreating. Just you dropping off the old, and you bringing in something.
Almost like being reborn.
Yeah. You have to, because the times change. You know?
Time change, and when time change, you have to change. You know, no matter what it is. Sometimes our hair grow in a different way when we cut it the last time,
or you lose hair,
and
you got to join the club.
Right?
You know?
I'm trying to keep mine.
Well, you know what, and that makes perfect sense, because you see it a lot in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite rap groups is Outkast. I love Outkast, and you can tell how they kind of recreate themselves in order to stay relevant, to stay alive in this industry.
Especially Andre 3000.
Andre 3000, exactly. Especially
he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So you see it everywhere. In order to thrive, in order to succeed, in order to kind of make it to the end, you have to kind of evolve.
You gotta kind of match the same energy sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you match that energy, you gotta sometimes go above that energy too. So you can either, like you said, Andre 3000 was ahead of his time. And a lot of people don't know that. Because they didn't see it. And then they're like, oh,
they thought he was weird at the time.
They thought he was weird.
They thought he was gay and all this. I'm like, no, like he could probably take your chick.
Exactly.
He had Erykah Badu. Come on,
one of the baddest.
Legend.
Man, hey, she's so bad.
And he applied one of the 48 laws.
Put a baby in.
So, but those were good. So can you repeat the three again? Which ones did you have?
One was the 25 was recreate yourself.
Okay.
Law 16 was use absence to increase strength and honor. And then law 9 was win through your actions, never through your argument.
Yeah, very good. I like those.
Yeah.
All right, but TJ, what change it to you? What were your 3 laws?
Yeah, not to piggyback off one of yours, but one of my first ones is law number 9.
Oh.
Win through actions, not through argument. Because I was always just taught, man, like my dad, I used to hate when he said this to me, but he would be like, if I'd come up short, I'd come up with excuses. And then he'd be like, I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yeah.
Like, I need to see a change in your actions. Like, you got to be the state Missouri. And I was
wait, you got to be the state Missouri?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? What are you talking about right now? And he was like, Missouri is the show me state. You got to show me, baby. I used to think it was just I used to think it was so corny. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with that. Man, get out of my room with that. But then as a man, I realized, like, you could say anything. You know, why argue and waste energy? Whether it's and like I said, I don't want to apply this to relationships, but why argue with a girlfriend, or why argue with your boss, or why argue with anybody and waste energy, negative energy you're outputting, when you could just nod your head, even if you disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to react to this. I can show you better than I can tell you.
And that's what I was just going to say. The action is not reacting to what's going on. It's standing back and saying, all right, I'm going to let you do you, and I'm going to sit over here.
Exactly.
Because you literally compromise yourself when you react, you know, through arguing. But you win through your actions. Because people don't know what you're going to do. Then when you make that chess move, checkmate.
Yep.
And then it's too late.
That's
you
a
know,
good one.
And you won. So that's one of my favorite ones. The second one that I picked, play the perfect courtier, which is basically, you know, we live in a world, like I said earlier, we play a game, right? Life is a game. So if you're going to play it, why not be strategic about it? So, you know, I'm living in a world where that's controlled by power and politics. So I don't want to be the king. The king has a lot of pressures, a lot of problems that he has to deal with. It's like being a supervisor at work. It's like you have the title, but you got a lot of bullshit that you got to deal with under that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So the perfect courtier, you know, he yields to, like in the workplace, he yields to supervisors. If they tell him something, he says, okay, nods his head, he yields to it, he agrees to it. He's an agreeable person, you know what I mean? He flatters people. He makes people feel good and warm and just like, well, damn, I like this guy, you know? but he doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
But he also is trustworthy. People respect him. People like him. You know, there's no one in the building of the job that doesn't like him. They trust him.
Yeah.
They seek him as an ally. They know that he's competent, you know, but he also asserts his power over other people because the way he carries himself in a graceful manner.
Yeah.
So it's like the king's at the top. Everyone's aiming for the king. Everyone's trying to be in his position. But the perfect courtier, he's back in the shadows, in the cut.
Yeah, silent killer.
And he's a silent killer, and he's controlling the chessboard and the pieces because he's sitting back and he's just like, well, I'm gonna watch all these people just, you know, because people make the world go round. People make the world's chaotic. But the perfect courtier, he sits back and he's in the cut chilling, you know, while everyone else is dealing with the pressures. Yeah. They recognize him for his talents, but don't consider him a threat because he flatters and he balances it out. So he can be around a supervisor or the king, and he's going to make them feel like he's not a threat. Yeah. So they're going to favor him and put him in a certain bracket. Yeah. So it's just like, to me, that's just how life is. My entire life, he's neutral. You know, he's not a threat, but he's also thriving. Yeah. Therefore, it gives him more power than the king because the king has restrictions. The perfect courtier could do whatever he wants to do, how he wants to do it, and no one's gunning for him because he's not perceived a threat, even though he really is. You know, so that's one of my favorite laws, man. I feel like you should apply that in not only life but in your workplace. Yeah. And you're gonna be promoted. You're gonna reach certain places that you want to go. So
that's a good one. Yeah, sit back and observe.
That's a deep one. Yeah, I love that one. And then my last one. It's actually the last law, 48, assume formlessness, which is basically not being a solid shape. In life, you want to be formlessness. Like you want to, like, okay, so for example, if I pour champagne into this glass, you know, it becomes the glass. If I pour water, glass, if I pour water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Yeah. Or if I pour water into a teacup, it becomes the teacup. Life is all about adapting to situations. You have to adapt. You can't do the same thing over and over again. Right. You have to switch it up. You have to have people guessing, not knowing what your next move is going to be. So if I'm a solid form, if I'm a triangle, people are always going to just expect that out of me. Right. But if one day I'm an octagon, the next day I'm a square, the next day I'm a circle, it's going to throw people off, and they're not going to know how to deal with me. So you have to be like, I think it was Bruce Lee, he said it the best way, like you have to be like water, assume no form. And to me, that's really powerful because life is all about change and adapting to situations. Yeah. So I love that one as well.
Those are really good. I like those.
Yeah. You change whatever you touch, that's what you form into. Yeah. But then once you come out of that form, you're still different.
Yeah. I don't want to be a form that
I actually like that one.
I like that one too.
I don't want to be a form. I mean, I feel like it's the last law for a reason. You know, because it kind of covers everything else. But I don't want to assume a form where my enemy could grab me. I want to I don't want to be predictable. I want to just be formlessness and just like water, just fluid. Just
a square can't get into a circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that one. That was really good. So let's move on to mine. I got 3 ones that I really like. Okay. So the first one is, let me get my little black book here.
The player book.
The player book. I'm running out of pages, man. I got to get a new book.
Man, you got too many names in that book.
Baby, they're just playing, baby. They're just playing. I love you.
To the missus. We're just joking. He loves you.
I love you, baby. No, but Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes.
Hey, go ahead.
I love that one.
You were going to take that one, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I promise you.
Talk about it.
It's crazy because it was like when I read them, I'm like, and I already had the 3, and then that one came up. It was like, boop. I said,
you was debating. I actually thought you were that was gonna be one of your 3.
Yeah, and that was actually gonna be like almost my top one.
Okay,
And then it was like, no, just kind of keep it nice and simple or whatever. And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to just put you back.
This one, I really gravitated to this one because I applied to my own kind of life. You know, my grandfather was my hero. You know, he was the person that when I was younger, I always wanted to be like him. He was smart. He was very strategic about everything, about life and everything. I always grew up, growing up, I always wanted to be like him. But at the same time, I always wanted to surpass him. I wanted to be better than him. You know, and not in a negative way of saying I'm going to step on your toes and I'm going to take everything. No, not like
take
that.
it to another level.
Exactly. Yeah. But I kind of wanted the resonance of his aura in me, but at the same time be bigger and better. And I think that's a law that's very important because if we strive to be just like somebody else, you know, and parallel somebody, it doesn't make us a leader. It just makes us another follower.
Right.
You know, so I think we always have to strive bigger, better, be better than that next person.
I think a good example is like, okay, so you know, LeBron James, for example, he's coming close to retirement. Yeah. So his son just committed to USC, Bronny James Jr. Yeah. So a lot of people, they're like, damn, man, you're lucky. LeBron James is your dad. But I mean, you don't know the pressure that kid feels or feels, you know what I mean? Because it's like they say never fill the shoes of a great man. So he has a lot of expectations to be just as good or better than his dad. Yeah. And it's like he's going to try, or maybe he's smart enough to realize, like, I just want to be me. But, you know, in most cases, if your dad was great, you want to be just like him. You want to be better than him. You want to, like, top those records. But honestly, that's unrealistic because your dad is who your dad is. You have to be who you are. Like, look at Michael Jordan's sons, where they were trash. They didn't even make the league. You know what I mean? So it's just you can't. You're going to set yourself up for failure trying to fill the shoes of a great man.
Yeah, just don't aim for somebody else. Do your own.
Just be you.
Yeah, and when you aim for somebody else or you try to fill them shoes, that means now you put yourself at a level. Once again, we talk about, you know, that when you go catch that fly or that cricket or something in that jar or whatever situation may be and it jump to the roof, that's all it's going to get to. Yeah. Instead of sitting up there taking that top off and then just letting it go. You can't just fill shoes and then say that's it, because that means you limited yourself.
Absolutely. You know what, for a second there when you brought up that example with LeBron James, I was saying, he better not say he's better than Jordan, man, because I'm gonna snap, man.
Ooh, that's barbershop talk right there.
Well, I mean,
that's barbershop. Hey, P, nope.
TJ,
go to your next one. Go to your next one, P.
Since we here.
P, go to your next one, P.
That's another podcast.
Right, then go to your next one, P.
We'll stay on topic. But LeBron, I see you, baby. No. Keep doing the damn thing.
Anyway, moving on. I'm going to edit this part out. So my next one.
Hater.
My next one is number 26. Keep your hands clean.
Ooh.
Keep them clean.
That's a good one.
I love that one, man. And I strive to do that every day, but it's so hard. But you know, when you're the boss, I mean, you think about it. You're the man. You're the boss. You're the king. You're the ruler. Whatever you want to call yourself. You always keep your hands clean. You know, the responsibility falls on somebody else. You engineer. You architected the problem, the project, but you're not the ones to get your hands dirty. Somebody else does that. You know, and I
somebody else do the work for you.
Somebody else do it. But you always keep your hands clean. You know, with everything. You know, and I thought that was very powerful, man. And I think I'm going to apply that to my personal life with my wife. I'm just going to give her everything.
Because when your hands get dirty, people have leverage on you.
Yes.
But when your hands are clean, it's like when scandal does arise in that moment, they can't look at you because you haven't done anything. You're infallible.
Exactly, and that's the whole point we're trying to get to. You don't want anyone to have leverage over you. I mean, that you want that power,
and people are going to respect that. Versus a person like you look at politics. You know, they're dirty, man. They'll bring up your past. You had an affair, all types of crazy stuff. And it's like, look at Barack Obama. That's why he's one of the greatest leaders of all time to me, because he never had any scandals. He wasn't like JFK or even like Martin Luther King. You know, he was a hoe. You know, but even if Obama was, we don't know.
Hey, Michelle ain't gonna play that boy. Michelle gonna.
You look at Michelle. I mean, she from the South Side of Chicago.
She just like play that.
She's beautiful. So why would you even? You have a beautiful family. So I mean, he's just Michelle, a good example of keeping your hands clean. You said what?
Michelle will put bricks on us.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't want those problems.
Man, Michelle, she a boss, bro.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Obama, he epitomizes that rule.
Yeah.
Because he always kept his hands clean. No scandals, no babies, no nothing. Just so
That's a good example. Unlike like my boy Trump, you know.
Yeah.
His hands super dirty. Oh my
Man,
filthy.
But yet so clean. Anyway, that's another podcast. We ain't gonna go to that.
Yeah. So, here we go. the way you feel about Trump is how I feel about LeBron James.
Come on. Oh, please. All right, so number 28. Enter action with boldness. Man, that's a great one, man. Because you enter everything with confidence, with boldness. You have no fear.
Yeah,
I think that's the only way to succeed in anything in life.
Absolutely.
You know, you walk into knowing you're going to end up winning.
Yeah,
all day.
You know?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Why do something if you're not going to do it to the maximum ability? You know, like, you're just throwing away. You're wasting your time. If you're going to decide to do something, like some of the biggest moves in our lives are going to be the scariest moments.
Yeah.
But we have to realize, like, we have to take this leap. And once we do it, we never regret it because we would have otherwise been complacent and stayed in the same place we were at. So if you're going to do some shit, do it to the max.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's, you know what's crazy? I just had a conversation with my sister about that like a couple of days ago. She want to move out of town. You know what I'm saying? And I moved from Milwaukee to Kenosha. And I told her I had to take a leap. Sometimes, you know, you could take a leap on faith and you may feel like you've fallen because you're not making it there yet. Yeah. But you got to keep striving. You got to keep pushing it and you're going to make it. She want to move out of town. I said, listen, you got to just jump.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You just got to do it because if you know you're not striving in this area, you got to move.
And if your dreams aren't big enough, then, I mean, shit.
Exactly.
It's like the biggest dreams, the life-changing situations are the dreams that you're petrified of. You're like, damn, should I make this move or should I do this? And it's just like,
got to do it, man.
Every part of you is going to like restrict you because you're in that comfort, you're in that blanket, but you just got to jump into the ocean.
Yeah, and do it.
Just know that you're gonna come back on top.
Well, I think the big word we're looking for here is risk. Take a risk.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I think that a lot of people are too scared to take a risk, and it's understandable because some risks, if it doesn't go your way, you will lose a lot.
Right.
You know, and some people just don't want to take that risk, but those are usually the ones that, you know.
Yeah, the key is calculated risk.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just be out here reckless doing stuff. You gotta write it down and do the research and then do your due diligence and make calculated risks. Yeah. So that even if you do take a loss, it's not gonna be the end of your whole world. Yeah. You can bounce back.
And I was just finna say that. You just gotta know how to get back to it because then you gonna know how you failed where you ain't gonna make that same exact mistake.
Right.
So then you gotta know how to rebuild off of that. Like, oh, okay, I know I shouldn't have turned left. I should have turned right at this time. Yeah. Because if I would have turned right the first time, I would have missed this pothole.
Disclaimer: y'all want to help me? I got half a bottle still left.
Most definitely.
Some Prosecco.
Some over here.
Yeah, I'll take some. This is the finale.
So this is basically a mimosa for you.
There you go.
Because you got that orange juice.
I got that orange juice
residue in there.
And this
Prosecco, sparkling wine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So this is actually great, guys. I'm telling you, man, it feels so good coming back. We've been gone for too long. Hold on. It's been a long time.
Here we go.
Should have left you without a dope beat. Step 2, step. G, take it over. Pick it.
So I'm trying to figure out who's Timberland, who's Aaliyah right now.
I'll be Timberland because he big.
Can you sing, P?
Not at all.
Oh, we fucked.
Not one, B. Yeah, we're gonna be doing Timberland all day. But gentlemen, this has been a very good, interesting conversation. Yeah. And for those that, please write on our comments. You know, let us know what you think. Let us know, your opinion. What's the name of the book again, TJ?
The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene.
Yeah. Look it up. You can see there's videos on YouTube, audio, there's animated books. I mean, there's everything about that book is on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and find out about the 48 laws. And, tell us what you think. What are your laws? What laws that apply to you and you think are more important to you?
He wrote another book that, maybe we could talk about in the future podcast. It's The Art of Seduction. So... We got to get in our bag with that one.
I like that.
I love that book too.
The Art of Seduction.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move on, gentlemen. Great conversation. Thank you. But we got a submission. I'll use her submission.
I'm scared.
But her question is pretty. Her question is pretty interesting, and I had to dissect it here.
Yeah.
But let me know what you guys think.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Rhonda, and my question for you guys today is: say you had a friend who got with the woman who ended up getting pregnant, and he stayed with her and built a relationship with her and had another kid with her, and then 8 years later married her. But come to find out, you found out that the first child to which he made all these decisions based upon is not his actual child, and the woman lied to him. Do you think he should know, or should you just leave it alone? Because this is the only father that this child has known, and he's raised her this whole time and since married the woman. So do you think it's something that he should know, or should you just leave it alone? Tell me.
Well, that's why I say this question is very interesting because, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think what she's asking is, should the woman, I don't know.
Should the man know that the child isn't his?
Right, but who is she saying should tell him?
You're his friend.
Oh, I'm his friend.
Yeah, and you're seeing it. You know everything, and you're seeing how everything unravel. And then you find this information out, and then it's like, should you tell him or should you just leave it be, since this child is the only person the only father figure that this child knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I was kind of confused at first too.
It was kind of confusing.
Yeah.
So, but now we know we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
so as a friend, G, we'll start with you. As a friend, would you tell your man that's not?
Would you
his
tell
baby?
me?
Yeah.
Let's use me for an example.
Hell yeah.
I'm the friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pull you to the side, like, bro, I gotta conversate with you. I ain't trying to listen. I ain't trying to listen. I gotta let you know what's up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to go down I got a cousin that actually did that. It's somewhat like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That he literally took care of a child for years, paying child support and everything.
Damn. Paying child support?
18 years.
Damn.
And it wasn't his.
Wow. And guess what? Couldn't get none of the money back.
Yeah. Oh, you don't get none of that back.
No.
Can't get none of that back.
It's
So
paid,
yeah, most definitely. If I know the earlier and the fastest I can get it to you, I'm sliding it to you. Like, bro, you might want to go, get a Q-tip.
Now, does it depend on like how old the girl is or the boy is, or as soon as you find out?
As soon as I find out, because then I'd rather know now. And it could go deep into just, that. I'm saying? It could go more of like DNA stuff going on, history, health history. You know what I'm saying? Because if this child has some type of health history that this other man don't know none of.
The hell is that?
Hey, that might be the timer.
That is the timer.
the way he said that though, he was like, "The fuck is that?"
I'm looking around like, did I hit something? I hit a button. I'm gonna keep
like,
it. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this in.
I wanted to stop because it's hurting my ears right now.
No, but good thing. Sorry, man. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, no, it's just pretty much, what I'm saying? It goes deeper. It's like the health, health stuff or whatever, what I'm saying? I should not dare allow this kid to still live without knowing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or allowing that parent or whoever's help taking care of this child, because it's not going to be fair to both parties.
Yeah, right. Well, that's a good one. What about you, TJ? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with G on that one. Say if we flip the situation, like, and I found out that he wasn't the father and he made all these commitments, I'm going to tell him ASAP, because I feel like what I don't like is when people are deceived and they're tricked into a certain life thinking that it's one thing when it's not. I feel like it's more valuable. Like, I feel like everyone should have a choice. So I'll tell him, it'll really hurt him at first, and he'll be like, damn, that's crazy. Can't believe she would just hide this from me. Can't believe that this little girl or boy isn't mine. But at the end of the day, it's going to be good for him to know, because it'll allow him and empower him to make a decision whether or not he wants to move forward or not. And he's not wrong either way. So it's just like, you have to just think about that aspect. Plus, say like I don't say anything, and then years go down the line and he finds out that I know, he's going to be like, did you know the whole time? And I'm like, yeah, man. But he's going to look at me a certain way, like, man, you filed for that because You could have told me. You got me up here smiling, taking family pictures and vacations, looking stupid.
Hey, you're supposed to be my brother, my family.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me.
You didn't even tell me, and you're just playing it off. Like, what else have you not told me?
Did you smash too?
Yeah, like
that's the first thing that would come to his head.
Yeah, like so you protecting her? Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be my boy.
Yeah.
So I would definitely reveal, the situation, and I know that it will hurt, but he'll get past it.
Absolutely.
And he'll respect me more and know that my friendship will be validated because it's like I ain't gonna leave him hanging or hanging out to dry. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely say something.
But those are good points. I got not much to say. I mean, you guys just said it well yourself, and it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
We're friends. Of course, I'm going to tell you as soon as I find out. I'm going to give you that call and hey, listen, this is what's going on.
Take
love you, you're my brother. Yeah.
Like, hey, bro,
pull up, bro. Because I think I'm gonna drink while I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So then it can just flow out.
Like, is that girl? Is she a world?
Yeah. Like, hey, ask you quick. 21 questions, bro. Do you love her? Do you do this, that, blase, blah, and be like, look, bro. Let me tell you. Yeah. That baby, you not the peppy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You not the peppy.
Yeah. I think it's just foul. Like, especially if you call somebody your friend and you know somebody that's causing harm in their life, whether, you got to tell them, your loyalty is to that friend and not to the woman or whoever else.
Yeah.
Even if more like, go to the biggest thing, you go into the hospital, something do happen, like I said, health, and then they say, oh, this baby need a, blood transplant or something.
Right.
So then you automatically say, because I'm going to do anything for my child.
Right.
And then they like, oh, y'all not a match. Right there, you gonna be defeated. You gonna tear some. I'm gonna tear. Listen, where that hospital gonna be flipped upside down. I'm telling you, I'm not finna play no games. I'm turning up.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, Rhonda. There's your answer. Yes, we would definitely tell our friends what's going on. It just makes sense. So, but thank you very much for your submission. We really appreciate you sending that video.
Thank you.
So, gentlemen, this has been a great podcast. I love you guys.
Most definitely the season finale.
Toast to the season finale.
Season 2.
Look out for season 3, baby.
Season 3 is going to be amazing, guys. You know what? I got so many plans, man.
It's coming.
Oh, God.
It's coming. So if we be gone for a minute, it ain't because we want to be. It's just we getting some other stuff situated. It is actually blessings is actually coming.
Yeah. Sometimes, when you live life, it gives you more inspiration. To pour into the podcast. So we're sorry for the wait. We don't mean to neglect you guys, but I mean, we back, we back with a vengeance.
Right. So, gentlemen, great. Thank you. Yeah. Well, let's do final thoughts. G, what you got?
Normally I have some, cooked up, man. Listen, this season finale, season 2, y'all, man. We bless y'all, live love life. You know what I'm saying? Continue to watch. Stay tuned for season 3. We coming with even more heat. I love y'all.
What you got, TJ?
Any final thoughts? Yeah, man. I feel like everyone should just strive to be a leader. When you have that power, use it in the right way. Be a servant leader. Try to uplift people, help people. It costs nothing to uplift someone. Yeah. When you're in a position of power, if I got it, there's no reason why I can't help everyone else. So you just have to have that mentality and just be humble, and you're going to be blessed on top of blessings. So you just have to have that mentality. So I don't want people to associate power with just being a negative thing. I want people to associate power with uplifting people and putting people in position.
That's right.
That's what real bosses do.
That's right.
That's my final thought.
That's exactly right. So, gentlemen, again, thank you for doing this again, man. The season finale.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, man. I can't wait to season 3.
We're going crazy.
We're going crazy, man. I can't wait. So, and for all my Elite Society out there, thank you guys for tuning to another episode of Elite Talk. And don't forget, send us your video, and we'll give you 3 different perspectives from a single guy, single, married, and divorced guy.
So weren't we supposed to reveal who's who?
You know what? You want to do that?
Let's do it. Fuck it.
Let's reveal it. So, how do you want to do it?
Go ahead, G. Who are you?
So we'll just do it this way. Single guy, raise your hand.
Okay, so the married guy. Raise his hand. The divorcee.
The divorce. Yeah.
That's me, baby. Divorced and living my life, baby.
So there you go. G is the single guy. My man TJ here is the divorced guy, and I am the married guy.
All day.
So,
if you haven't guessed already.
Hey, I want to give a shout out though. I'm gonna give a shout out to Masani. She was actually on one of our podcasts in the beginning of the season, and I'm gonna shoot her podcast out. She starting stuff with her school. It's called Pass the Mic.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Y'all tune in. Is with the youth, and I love the youth. And she's doing some major stuff with the youth. Man, she came to us. She said she want to start some stuff. She actually started with us, so we kind of helped birth that with her. Yeah. So I just want to give a shout out to Pass the Mic, Masani. Do your thing, girl. Keep doing it, and big ups to that. We love you, girl.
Yeah, big ups to Masani. Man.
Take a drink.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Drink from Masani. You're doing it. Congratulations. If you need any help, you need any advice, you need anything, we're more than happy to help you. Okay,
all day long.
So this your second home. So
absolutely. So, Mighty Society, thanks again for watching another episode of Elite Talk. It's been great. From my man G, from my man TJ, my name's P.Lo. To the next one.
Peace.
Season
3, baby. Let's get it.
Oh yeah.